Let's talk a little bit about the Surron Hyper-B. This is a bike I'm very excited for. In August, we got a few images of the bike, a little bit of a tease, but it's not officially coming out until December. That's when we're going to know the full official spec sheet. But I did some digging and I uncovered a key spec of the bike, and unfortunately it is rather disappointing. But first, let me tell you guys why I was excited for the Surron Hyper-B in the first place. So this bike, it's small. It's one step down from the Surron Light-B in terms of just the size. And the Surron Light-B became famous and really defined a whole new category because it was a dirt bike in the size of a regular mountain bike. And that just made the bike more versatile. Of course, there's always a group of people that want big, powerful bikes, and those exist. There's plenty of those to choose from. But the Hyper-B is taking the key advantage of the Light-B and pushing it to that next level. By the way, this is what the Hyper-B looks next to both the Surron Light-B and the Hyper-B. So you can see it's clearly smaller, but it's not like crazy small. With that said, due to the reduced size, we do have some key benefits here. One of the big ones is if you live in a city, this thing is much more easy to bring up and down staircases, on and off the subway. I brought my bike before to New York City on the train, and I gotta say, it was possible, but bringing a full-size mountain bike or regular size e-bike up escalators wasn't my favorite thing in the world. And I feel like with the Hyper-B, it would be more manageable. But even if you don't live in a city, the Hyper-B is just small enough that you could easily toss it into the back of any SUV and take it to like a trailhead. Because today, even with the Light-B, to fit it into most SUVs, you need to remove the front wheel, sometimes even the handlebar, and it's a cumbersome process. So that's why I was very excited for the Hyper-B, giving you the same power capabilities as larger bikes, just in a smaller footprint, if that's something that you could benefit from, and I think a lot of people could. But unfortunately, it isn't the same power as a Surron Light-B. So the bike was spotted in this kind of showroom, and the key thing here, there wasn't any official specifications anywhere listed, but there was a clear view of the tag on the battery. And if you zoom in, we can see that it says nominal. The voltage here is 50. The maximum charge current is 58 volts, which corresponds to a more normal 52 volt battery. So based off of this, if it's correct, and that's a big if, that means that the Hyper-B is 52 volts, not 72 like I was hoping for. And if we step back and look at the entire Surron lineup, I guess for them this makes sense. The Hyper-B, it's probably going to be cheaper than the Light-B, so the lineup is now going to be 52 volts on the Hyper-B, 60 volts on the Light-B, and 74 on the Ultra-B. But still, man, I'm disappointed. I was really hoping this was going to be a 72 volt, extremely powerful, fun little pit bike. So I'm sure eventually we will see upgrade kits for this bike, allowing you to make it into a 72 volt dirt bike. But those kits tend to be very expensive. And if I had to guess, I think the price tag for the Hyper-B is going to be around $3,000. And $3,000 for a 52 volt bike, and if you upgrade it to 72, that's going to be at least another $2,000. That just, it makes the bike not competitive, in my opinion. Now, luckily, the Hyper-B is not the only kind of smaller emoto on the market to choose from. I recently covered the newly announced ebox 3.0, which is the exact same class. It's an emoto smaller than the Light-B. It even comes with nice supermoto tires, great suspension. But this thing is 72 volts. 72 volts, 20 amp hours. Somewhat oddly though, it doesn't come with a motor or controller. So you have to buy that separately. So far there's like one kit to choose from, and that's gonna be an additional like $600-ish. But luckily the bike itself is only $2,000, so we're still talking less than $3,000 for a 72 volt emoto. And that makes me very happy. So because the Hyper-B isn't going to be competitive with the ebox, I'm thinking about buying the ebox. upgrading it, showing you guys what it's all about, and doing a full proper review of what's probably going to be the best kind of smaller mini moto on the market. I mean, the bike just looks good. 72 volts, supermoto tires straight out of the box. I think it has the potential to become a very popular bike. Now, given the one motor kit that's on the market currently for the ebox, it is going to be less powerful than my Mantis X, Surron Light B. The weight is also a lot less on that bike. I think it's like 90 pounds. So the performance to weight ratio should be very high, and that's gonna make the bike super fun to ride. So if you guys are on the same wavelength as me and you want to see a full dedicated build and review of the ebox 3.0, now that we know the Hyper-B most likely isn't really going to be super competitive, let me know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, also leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.